Hi, good morning, everyone. So welcome to our fourth Versa Titan Secure SD-WAN webinar hosted by Sprint Networks. And this is Steve Percy.
This is George.
Hey, George. Good
Hello.
morning.
Good morning, everyone.
So guys, this is the fourth time we're doing this webinar, and it's another Friday. And just like every other Friday, we've got a great attendance today as well, isn't it, George? Yes. So guys, without any further ado, let's get started with our webinar. So just a couple of rules you need to keep in mind. We'll have a Q&A session at the end. So if you've got any questions, feel free to pop it into the chat window. And if you want to find out more about our products and services, you can always head to our website, sprintnetworks.com.au. And one final request that we have for all of you is to go social with the hashtag #SprintSDWAN. So that's pretty much it. And let's get on with it. So George, the challenges of the traditional WAN network. I mean, the traditional WAN network had many challenges, but here we are focusing on two key challenges which used to plague all traditional WAN networks and which still continue to plague many legacy infrastructure networks. So what are they? Well, one is cost and the other one is complexity. So increasing costs and complexity were obviously two of the most important challenges facing the traditional WAN networks. A traditional WAN network is based on multiple devices stacked in the branch office with siloed management and disparate WAN links connecting to them. So that's the definition of a traditional WAN network. But over the last couple of years, times have changed. So nowadays, enterprises are using the cloud and subscribing to software as a service. While users traditionally connected back to the corporate data center to access business applications, they are now accessing the same applications in the cloud. So whether it used to be expensive routers and switches, or taking a lot of time to do the configuration and also to do the maintenance, or whether they were using expensive lease lines or MPLS circuits, these all ended up to increase the overall costs. And this increase in costs also created a compounded increase in complexity, whether it had to do with lengthy installation times, or having a distributed control plane, or having to remotely manage a site, manage change control, and also to maintain those sites, or eventually having to transfer or sacrifice control to the ISP for design, configuration, and monitoring. They all, in a way and in a sense, added to create more and more challenges for the traditional WAN network. So as a result of these challenges, the traditional WAN is no longer suitable, mainly because backhauling all the traffic, including that destined to the cloud from the branch offices to the HQ, introduces latency and impairs application performance. So what is required in today's world? Well, we are living in the era of lean IT, and for a solution to become a lean IT solution, it needs to satisfy certain criteria. So one is ease of management. So having a central management portal can simplify many things for the IT manager. For example, he can manage the network very easily from just a single dashboard, all hosted on the cloud. And lower touch, so that means keeping the number of clicks to a minimum. So this can also reduce the time and also the complexity of managing complex networks. Having efficient solutions. So flexibility and resilience are two of the most important qualities that are required for any solution to satisfy corporate needs. So apart from those ones, we've also got cloud focused, which means every solution in today's world needs to be a turnkey solution or a plug and play solution, which means you could deploy the solution straight away with minimum hassle. So where do we come in, and how does Versa Networks or Versa Titan fit in to all these needs? Well, the Versa Titan Secure SD-WAN cloud service is the perfect solution for lean IT. It's a simplified cloud-managed IT branch solution, which provides you with advanced application intelligence, all managed from the cloud, making it easier for IT to manage and secure their branch services. The Titan solution helps enterprises accelerate business growth as well as simplify deployment and administration. So irrespective of what your underlays, whether it's broadband or MPLS or LTE, you can use the solution as an overlay fabric or a network to perform the same functionality that you used to do before without having the advantage of software. So the Titan solution includes multiple access types, automated multipath, site-to-site VPN, direct internet breakout to any application or user. Titan also helps organizations reduce the cost, time, and complexity associated with WAN transformation. Apart from these things, it also makes it easier to deploy and manage your network edge. Simplify the branch with fewer devices, enhance visibility and control of applications. You can improve your bandwidth utilization. You can improve your network performance, and you can also resolve your security vulnerabilities. So in a nutshell, if any organization is seeking to transition to a lean IT infrastructure, or at least a lean IT network infrastructure, then the Titan solution is the perfect one for their business. So coming back to what I just mentioned, this solution transforms complex IT to lean IT. So before, you used to require multiple devices to perform multiple functions. So for firewalling, you needed a firewall, and for switching and routing, you needed switches and routers. And for other things, you needed certain other devices. So what the Versa Secure SD-WAN solution powered by Titan does is that it transforms complex IT to lean IT. So that means you transition from a complex IT sort of infrastructure to a very consolidated service, which means you could do more, much more with less. So now coming to why Sprint Networks SD-WAN solution powered by Versa Titan. Well, Versa Titan offers tons and tons of features which make the solution stand out from all the other SD-WAN solutions out there. So what you're seeing on screen are just some of the features offered by the Versa Titan solution. So whether it's ZTP or zero touch provisioning, which allows you to deploy and activate your Versa Titan devices irrespective of where they are, and irrespective of whether you have the right personnel on ground, because using ZTP, you do not require any IT personnel on the ground to configure these devices. Dual LT and dual Wi-Fi, which means you could use dual LT links, and you can use them as your primary links and run active or load balancing. So now let me show you what the solution is all about. So guys, this is the Versa Titan dashboard. And here I've got multiple licenses down there. And based on those licenses, I've deployed devices on my dashboard. So as you can see, I've got a hub over there, which I've named Sydney. And this device has already been activated. It has been activated over Bluetooth, which is one of the methods you can use to activate your Versa Titan device. And down there, I've got my spoke or my branch, which I've given the name Sprint Networks 15 or Perth. and I've activated this method over Wi-Fi, which is another method you can use to activate a versatile device. So from this dashboard, so this is the default configuration dashboard from which you can configure, monitor, manage, and troubleshoot all your versatile devices. So if you want to configure a device, all you do is just click on the just hover your mouse, click on the next button, and then you reach the default configuration template. So from this template, you can access your network, your security, and all your traffic steering configuration settings from this one default template. So when it comes to your Wi-Fi or your LAN or your WAN, everything can be done from here. So whether it's your Wi-Fi, you can offer segmentation of your Wi-Fi services. For example, we've got corporate Wi-Fi and guest Wi-Fi. So using your corporate SSID, you can provide your employees access to your corporate Wi-Fi. And likewise, using the guest SSID, you can provide your guests access to the guest Wi-Fi. So this is how the Titan solution does segmentation of Wi-Fi services. So now talking about LAN. So the LAN is very unique and it's on a per location basis, and the same with LTE as well. So certain devices do not have LTE capability. That's when the LAN capability comes into play. So the same here for LTE as well. You can select your LTE interface. You can define the role of the circuit, whether it's primary, hot standby, or cold standby. You can select the gateway. You can also define the role of the tunnel, whether it's either SD-WAN traffic or internet traffic, or both SD-WAN and internet traffic. So whenever you make changes to a particular configuration, or whenever you make configuration changes, you just hit the publish button to activate them. Now talking about the WAN interface, here you can select the WAN interfaces. You can so this template should come pre-populated with certain values. The same here as well. You can define the role of your circuit, select the gateway, select what type of transport it is, whether your WAN interface is internet or MPLS, select the type of tunnel, whether you want just SD-WAN traffic or DIA or internet traffic, or both of them. So this is to ultimately find a profile of how your underlay or your WAN circuits need to be configured across all locations, across devices you might be deploying. And the whole point of this is to have a default configuration template, which you can use for the entire organization. This helps you to have the same framework for all your deployments. So whether it's WAN or building secure tunnels or point-to-point over Ethernet, everything can be done from the click of a single screen. Now let me show you how you can deploy and activate a versatile device. So I'm going to show you how to deploy and activate a versatile device. So here, so you go to your inventory, and here you can see all the activated and unactivated licenses over there. So you click on a license and you start entering the details, starting with the site name, the address, and you auto-generate the coordinates, and you also define the topology. And once you're done with all that, you need to enter the serial number to deploy a device. So it's very easy to deploy and activate a device. So once you're done populating those fields over there, what you need to do is just hit the deploy button, and it starts the deployment process straight away. Right. So now the device has been deployed. Now, how do you activate this device? Well, all you need to do is to either use the Bluetooth option or the Wi-Fi option to activate a versatile device. So here, all you need to do is just hit the activate button, and it starts running the configuration automatically. So this usually takes a couple of minutes, around 3 or 4 minutes to be exact. So as you can see, the device is getting activated right now. So I'm just going to fast forward over here just to show you, and just stop right when the device gets activated, which should happen at the end of this video. So it should get activated any time now. Oh, so there you go. So the device has been activated, guys. So that's how you deploy an Activator Versa Titan device. Now let me show you how you can secure your enterprise using Versa Titan. So there are many SD-WAN solutions out there, George, isn't it? And none of those solutions, or maybe very few of those solutions, provide the kind of or the level of security that Titan does, along with SD-WAN routing and switching features. So the Versa Titan solution comes inbuilt with the next generation firewall, along with next generation IPS, IDS, and also UTM. And these features combine to make the solution such a great solution. So now let's talk security. So when it comes to security, you can access everything from the same default configuration template, which is the one that you're seeing on your screen right now. So if you want to configure something, everything can be done from here. So whether it's your firewall policies, or whether it's URL filtering, or whether it's any of the other features, everything can be done from here. So now in this particular segment, I'm going to talk about configuring firewall policies and how you can apply them across all your devices. So if you want to create firewall policies, all you need to do is just click on that option that you see over there. And here I've already made some rules over here. So these rules will be applied over all the enterprises. So whether you want your Office 365 to be going over the wireless network to the internet as a breakout, it can be done here. If you don't want to provide, if you want to provide no FTP over the VPN, that can be done there. If you want to block traffic altogether, you can create another rule for that. Or if you want to deny SSH over your Wi-Fi, that can be done as well. And these rules, so the firewall policies, they come pre-populated with 3 basic default rules, which can be reordered in any way possible. So those rules are basically to scan all the traffic that's coming in and out of the network. And once you've defined the rules, you would want to ensure that it's run through an antivirus engine and an NGIPS to detect for anomalies, malware, by running it through a predefined set of vulnerability signatures. So now let's talk about URL filtering and how the Versa Titan solution forms this great feature. So when it comes to URL filtering, you can either blacklist or whitelist URLs. So blacklisting URLs is very straightforward. All you need to do is just enter the URL over there, click on the Add URL button, and hit the Publish button. So I'm going to come back to blacklisting URLs. So these URLs would be all the untrusted ones. These would be the ones which you do not want your employees to access. Whereas whitelisting URLs would be all those URLs that you would want to be accessible to you and to all your employees all the time. So you follow the same procedure here as well. Enter the URL, hit the Add URL button, and hit the Publish button. So now let's see how we can blacklist URLs. But before that, we can also white URLs. So as I proceed from left to right, which from low, standard, and all the way to advanced, more and more categories are automatically pre-blocked. So when I click on the low URL security level option, you can see that there's only one category that has been automatically blocked. Coming to the standard one, which automatically blocks more number of categories than the low URL category. And coming to the advanced one, which blocks multiple categories compared to the other two. So here you can see that we block multiple URL categories. And when you're running a business, and if you want your employees to not go to certain sites, then everything can be done from here by through just the click of a button. So now let's see how we can blacklist a URL. So you enter the URL over there and hit the add URL button. But before that, let me show you that this particular website is still accessible. So master.com.au. So there you go, guys. We can access this website right now, which means we haven't published the configuration yet. Yes, yes. So you publish that, and once that's published, George, you should be, I mean, the website, the one that you just saw, should get blocked straight away. So this policy will apply across branches and across devices. So if you've got 100 devices, then this can be pushed to all 100 of them.
So all these configurations is done from the cloud, right?
It is, George.
On the Activator.
It is, yes, that's true. So let's try that again. So there you go, guys. So that's how blacklisting URLs work. Now you can unpublish that, and I'm just going to show you that I can access this website once again. Once the configuration gets published, it should be back to where we were before we published this configuration, which was that we could access this website straight away. So that has been published now. Now let's try and see whether we can access this website. So there you go, guys. So now we are back to being able to access this website. Now, blocking URLs by category is what I'm always fascinated by. So here, let's try and block a particular category and see whether that works. So let's opt for the standard option, which has multiple categories that are pre-blocked. So all you need to do is just click on the standard option and search for a particular category, one which you would like to block. For example, let's say social networking. So what does that include? That includes LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and all your social networking sites. So now, as you can see, we can access both LinkedIn and Facebook. So now let's try and block this category, guys. So it's as simple as that. It's as simple as it looks. So that is how easy the solution is to use, George. You do not need to be an experienced IT manager to run the solution for your enterprise.
The most important thing is so this solution is cloud-based management. So you don't need to deploy multiple devices on site, only one single box.
Exactly, George. Spot on. So now we've blocked social networking. So now let's go back to the browser and let's try and access those social networking sites from here. So let's try LinkedIn first. So LinkedIn, yes, linkedin.com.au. Oh, so that's not working. That has been blocked automatically by Titan security feature. So guys, just like being able to block websites by category, you can do the same based on reputation as well. So George, if there's an IP address and if it falls in the 81 to 100 range or the 1 to 20 range, then it will be classified as a high-risk IP address. But on the other hand, 81 to 100 range would have that IP address classified as trustworthy. And based on that, you can perform many actions, either have it blocked or have a message pop up or allow them all together. And once you're done making those changes, all you need to do is just hit the publish button, and they will be published across. They will be pushed to all your devices which you've configured to your overall network. So guys, that was pretty much all about URL filtering and security. Now let's move on to something which is very fascinating, which is being able to monitor your network 24/7, 365 days a year. So George, there you go.
All right. Thanks, Steve. So the feature I'm gonna show you is the monitoring feature on Titan. So I'm gonna show you a quick video on this. So from the dashboard, actually you can see all the sites details which you already deployed. So if you want to go more detail, you can click one site under the monitoring dashboard. And there's 3 options: network, security, and devices. So under the network, you can see all the interfaces details. So there's 2 active interface, one interface up at the moment, one WAN, one LTE. So under there, you can have some simple diagnostic options, which is ping and traceroute. Actually, I'm just performing a ping to google.com and to test the connectivity, which is good. Also the traceroute as well, so which very come to handy for the simple diagnostic.
These are all monitoring tools, right, George, which you can use to check the connectivity and the status of all your devices, all your interfaces.
If you have a trouble with your internet WAN link on your remote side, yeah, you can do this. And if you click that link, you can see there are 2 types of traffic. One is the VPN traffic, SD-WAN traffic sitting on the VPN. Also the other one is the internet, if you had a DIA enabled on your branch. So the second one is the security. So you can see all the details, URL catalog and the URL's reputations. So you can see some high risk being cataloged. Yeah, all the details there. So they are all live traffic. And also the device informations, CPU, disk, and memory usage. And all your SD-WAN connectivities and bandwidth usage. Yes, mainly for the administrator, so to monitor your on-site. So next one is the live monitoring features on Titan. So to mention again, all this one is sitting on the cloud, so you don't need any on-site deployment for the controllers. So there's tenant summary here. It's actually support multi-tenant on the Versa boxes. Also the geographic view of your sites and the application activities.
This gives you a summary of all the deployed devices, isn't it?
Yeah. So if you want to go more details, you can click devices and go to the, for example, mobile site. And in there, you will see the link details there. And also your live SD-WAN application traffic. You can actually see the latency on that link. Actually, we have, let's see what we have here. So what I'm gonna do here is generate some traffic from the spoke to hub. So if you can see there, so we have 4 tunnels being established between the hub and spoke. So because both end has 2 active WAN link, which is LTE and to WAN. LTE to LTE, LTE to WAN, WAN to LTE, and WAN to WAN. So actually you can see this latency on the LTE is quite high. LTE to LTE is quite high here. So now what are we gonna to do is to disconnect the WAN link on the spoke side. what you will see is there's two tunnel well done. So one to LTE, one to WAN.
This is the LTE backup feature that George is talking about.
Yes. So right now we are doing active mode. So yeah, exactly here. So you can see from the ping screen, there's only one packet lost.
It's just one packet lost.
Yeah.
Yes. There you go.
Here you go. So now I plug back the cable. So the tunnel monitoring is just very handy. So
this is what live traffic that you're seeing on your screen right now. So when it comes to business continuity, George, this is what matters the most, isn't it? If you're running on a bad NVN connection, and if your primary internet, which is your NVN, goes down, then what do? You need to fail over.
Yes, immediately fail over to the secondary link. So increase your business continuity.
Exactly.
So next feature I'm going to show you is the analytics features, which are provided by Titan. So it's very strong, powerful tools for administrator show the sites details to the management. So in there you can actually see all your site's information, and you actually can see the security and the system details, and actually you can generate a report to your management, and based on the size you selected, and based on the filtering the different applications or so you can see top application usage. So for that particular site,
you can select various chart types to see them differently.
Yes.
Whether it's a pie chart or a bar graph or a line graph, you can select all of them on the tab on the left side.
Then you can just generate a PDF report.
It could be sent to all the stakeholders, or all an IT manager could send this report to the CEO or anyone else, right?
You can send this one to your management or to your customer in this case. So it's very handy. So
it is, and this is what most IT managers are after in today's world. Being able to show the senior management that being able to show whether your network is performing well or not. So everything can be done from this feature, guys. And this finally brings us to the end of some exciting features, but in my opinion, this is the most exciting feature of the solution, which is having the power of SD-WAN in the palm of your hand, right, George? Yeah. Who would have thought 5 or 6 or 7 years back that you could monitor, you could deploy, activate, monitor, configure, and troubleshoot your devices from your mobile phone?
So actually, this one done on your mobile phone.
It is. So it's very simple. All you need to do is
download app.
Yes, irrespective of what phone you're using, download the Versa Titan app, and you can get started with all this straight away. So whether it's activating a device or monitoring a device or configuring a device or multiple devices or troubleshooting one device or multiple devices, or whether it's seeking support from Versa, everything can be done from the mobile app. So, I mean, I shouldn't be saying much, but let me show you a short video of how the solution works. So what you're seeing to your right is a screen capture that I've done from my mobile device. So you can check the status of your network. You can also check the security of your network. You can see all the URLs that have been blocked by category, or the traffic as well from there. You can check your device information. You can check the bandwidth usage by category and also by sessions. And you can configure your security features from here. You can do traffic steering from your mobile phone, which was unheard of many years back. I mean, all these things were unheard of a couple of years back, right, George? So that is the power of VersaTitan, and that is what the solution can do for customers, irrespective of how big or small they are, George. So guys, why do we trust Versa Networks? Well, the reasons are obvious. So Versa is a leader in the Magic Quadrant for WAN edge infrastructure, and it has been a leader over the last couple of years. And apart from that, it's also recommended by NSS Labs. And these are just some of the things that we take into consideration and which we would like to show our customers as to why we support or as to why we partner with VersaTitan or Versa Networks. So we have tried and tested all the big name SD-WAN vendors out there over the last couple of years, George, and we can confidently say that this is the right SD-WAN solution for the APAC region, simply because of all the features it provides and for what companies in this region require. Yeah. So with that, George, we come to the end of our webinar, or sort of. So here we have the Q&A session, guys. So any questions, feel free to ask away.
Let's check if there's any questions. Okay, but wait a minute, in a few minutes. All right. Seems like our audience is very quiet today.
So, guys, I think I've got a question from one of our attendees, which is whether the solution is an expensive solution. Well, the solution is it's not like one of the solutions provided by some of the big name vendors out there, George. It's a solution that can fit all your business needs, whether you're running a small, medium, or a large business.
I just got a question from one of the audience. So if I have 20 users at our office, how many Versa devices do I need? Do I need a separate firewall? Steve, you want to take this? All right, so yeah, I will take this. So if you have 20 users, only one Versa device you need to deploy outside, and you don't need a separate firewall. So every firewall routing and also
it is exactly, George.
So SD-WAN will be integrated into one single box. That's the advantage of the
Titan solution. So if you remember what I mentioned in one of my slides, that so you're transitioning from complex IT to lean IT, right? And the main reason behind that is being able to do firewalling, SD-WAN, routing, switching, and all the other features from just one device. So the VersaTitan solution comes inbuilt. I just want to emphasize this point. It comes inbuilt with a next generation firewall, along with multiple security features such as NG-IPS, UTM, and IDS as well. So guys, to answer this question, just one device is required if you have more than 20 users, and you do not require a separate firewall.
And also, even if you have more than 20, we have different type of devices, Versa devices to deploy. So it's support up to 100.
So another question from one of our attendees is whether you can
can I use it as our MBA and use LT as backup?
So this was one of the key points that we addressed in one of our slides.
Yes.
Yes. And so you can use this. All the internet traffic that's coming into your device will be flowing out of the device after passing through a firewall. So that means you're connected to a secure internet 24/7. And to answer the second part of that question, which is whether you can use LT as backup, the answer is a clear yes, isn't it, George? If you're sitting on a bad NBN connection, and if that connection goes down, George, and imagine you're a business owner, what do? You either stay offline, you have to stay offline unless you've got LT as backup. And our solution specifically addresses that requirement, which is it provides LTE as backup to your primary WAN connection. So if your primary internet connection goes down, the Versa Titan solution, just like George showed you in one of our videos, it will fail over automatically and seamlessly to the LTE backup, George.
Yeah. So we have three options: active, hot standby, and cold standby.
Cold standby, exactly, George. So up to the customer, based on the requirement, you can choose either of those options. And another question from one of our customers is whether any other solution out there can do what this solution does. I mean, the answer is a clear no. We say that with confidence because we have tried and tested all the big name solutions out there, George. And from an MSP point of view, we can say that this solution would perfectly fit all types of businesses, whether small, medium, or large, irrespective of where you're based, whether it's here in Australia or New Zealand, or whether you're in the APAC region or anywhere in the world. This is the solution for all businesses out there. So guys, those were a couple of good questions. So I think that's pretty much it, George. Let's So guys, with that, we come to the end of our webinar. So if you want to contact us, if you want to get in touch with us, write us an email at info@sprintnetworks.com, or you can give us a ring on the number that you see over there. So we'll be back next week, right, George, for the same webinar. Till then, take care and goodbye, guys.